bolt of lightning can carry 1 billion volts of electricity. Enough to make it one of nature's top storm-related killers. Photographer Karsten Peter documents researcher Tim Samaras on the hunt for the perfect lightning storm. Their mission to film a bolt like it's never been seen before. Will they get the lightning, or will the lightning get them?
Holy cow!
Famed photographer Karsten Peter specializes in shooting the impossible. He has tackled exploding volcanoes, glaciers, giant crystal caves, and monstrous tornadoes. And on this mission, he's chasing storms for National Geographic magazine with lightning researcher Tim Samaras. They've worked together before.
Tornado warning.
I have a large tornado. It's a quarter mile off my bumper. It's about a half mile wide.
Tim became the first person to accurately measure the pressure drop of a raging tornado.
Oh my God.
Karsten got it all on film. Now Karsten and Tim are in Denver, Colorado, getting ready for another adventure. This time, it's lightning that they're after. They're targeting the American Southwest, home for several weeks a year to some of the biggest lightning storms in the world. Tim has put together a mega camera that shoots 1.5 million frames per second, and he's hoping to record a very specific event.
What we're trying to capture is the process called a return stroke. It's the flash you see and the bang we hear from lightning.
Karsten's mission is to photograph Tim at work, get a great shot of lightning. And if he's really lucky, he'll capture Tim with his camera and the lightning in the same frame.
And my mission is to somehow visualize research of lightning and how it feels to chase lightning.
To stop lightning in its tracks, you need a high-speed, high-resolution camera. And it's also helpful if it has a cool name.
We call it the Kahuna. It's an old Cold War relic. We just recently converted it to all digital.
Inside the Kahuna, helium-powered spinning prisms run at 1.5 million frames per second.
These are all the electronics boards to each of the imagers here. I have a total of 82 electronics boards and 82 imagers.
Tim thinks this could be the highest speed, highest resolution camera in the world. But it may be the least mobile. The camera weighs 725 kilograms. Karsten has his own special gear, several still cameras, and a high-speed phantom digital video camera designed to capture motion in difficult lighting conditions. But it has to be constantly connected to a computer and is not designed for the field. How do you shoot lightning storms tethered to a laptop? It's up to Karsten's assistant, Greg Wilson, to make this work.
We're out with technology that's not really made to be put in electrical environments like we're in.
Greg is a top-notch digital imaging technician, and his skills will be put to the test with Karsten's gear.
Well, there are a lot of things to get ready. There's so much technology involved. All these high-speed camera setups are pretty complicated. You have to run them again and again to develop a routine and to be sure that everything works in the field. We go mostly handheld, and I would say we do a test run.
So how much handholding do you want to do this year?
Almost, well, as much as I can, because, well, my main mission is to get Tim somehow in interaction with lightning, and that's quite a tricky thing to do.
In the midst of this quiet Denver suburb lies Tim's mobile command center, a trailer crammed with high-tech cameras and storm tracking equipment.
We got to make sure all the software is functioning and the big camera is operating, getting ready for a big trip.
Storm season only lasts a few weeks. They need to hit the road.
Confidence is running pretty high. There's actually even a chance of severe storms in northeast New Mexico. You know, large hail, strong winds.
Tim's tracking developing storms in several locations. Now he must decide which to pursue.
Well, the storm is still going on in Las Vegas, but there's another storm that's competing for my attention. I got to make a decision here whether we go down south to Las Vegas or we blaze east, taking that road east of Springer to the northeast corner of New Mexico.
So far, so good. I'm liking the developing cumulus along this wind shift, what I call the wind shift line, going all the way up to the Oklahoma Panhandle. Here's the development.
Look at that colibri.
Hummingbird.
Oh, yeah, hummingbird, yeah.
Tim's looking for storms that meet his criteria. He needs a lightning storm. He needs the lightning to hit the ground. And he's got to have time to set up before the storm catches up. It's a game based on research, experience, and intuition.
And what we're targeting is a thunderstorm that's moving 5 or 10 knots, so we can stand out there with the trailer and all the instrumentation and watch for an hour or 2 hours.
Storm chasers call cloud-to-ground strikes CGs.
There's actually another storm that's behind the one that we see to the left, and it's going very, very intense. In fact, there's a severe thunderstorm warning now. It's currently dropping nickel-sized hail.
Okay, thank you for the update. We need very special storms. It's kind of difficult to find these storms.
It's shrunk to some degree. Whether or not it's going to pulse back up, I'm not so sure.
There is a lot of pressure on me getting the right shot. And I think, especially under these circumstances, it's kind of very difficult to bear.
Finally, Tim gets a bite.
Well, it looks like out in front here, believe it or not, and on radar, it does show that the storm is rotating to some degree.
There's no time to stop, so Karsten shoots from the moving car.
If you are under pressure of time, you have to take any option.
And we're going to back the truck up and get in position, and hopefully this thing will start sparking a bit.
Tim and Karsten set their sights on the outer edge of the rainstorm, called the rain curtain. This is where their view of lightning is clear and unobstructed. Tim angles the trailer in to give the kahuna a good shooting position.
Oh, Tim, do you see it on the ground?
That's a tornado. Tornado on the ground. Wow. Got a full-fledged tornado. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The storm is actually coming towards us. As soon as this tornado gets out of the way, we'll be able to do the lightning photography.
The tornado touches ground briefly, then unravels. And here comes the lightning.
Oh, look at that. This inward crawl is nice.
Yeah.
Time to fire up the kahuna.
It's pretty far away.
Storm is starting to fade,
Yeah.
but it should kick out some good lightning here in this tower. That's a beautiful strike.
These are all boring CGs. I would like to be closer.
Frustration is starting to mount.
The way how storms have to look and how lightning happens, it's a lot together, and to find that, it's pretty difficult.
And it's not just Karsten. Tim's got a 725-kilogram kahuna aimed at a skittish subject.
It's got to strike, you know, within a certain point, and I got to know when it's got to strike. That's impossible odds. We're almost trying to do the impossible out here. This brand new thunderstorm fired up.
There's another storm sparking close by.
That storm is right over Liberal, Kansas, sitting right on top of the town.
Okay.
Look, this one's dead, this one's developing. This one has a better chance for lightning. It's gonna be a long night.
Oh, we are out of the storm. I'm always hopeful.
A few kilometers down the road, they stop to wait it out.
Because I don't see any CGs out here. None.
Yeah.
It's all intercloud. Oh, did you see that? The bolt from the blue came out that top turret and went back in.
That bolt from the blue is unpredictable and deadly.
It's pretty wide, yeah.
And like its name implies, it can come out of nowhere.
A bolt from the blue, it basically goes sideways out of a cloud and can land 6 to 10 miles away from the parent thunderstorm. None of us want to be a victim of that.
But Karsten can't resist.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Especially because these moments are quite seldom. That I have a chance to enjoy that. Amazing. You find visual surprises all the time. Especially if you are very intense with your subject, you will see miracles.
While Karsten is enjoying shooting, Tim is worried about the kahuna.
Sitting under an electrical storm. We park a $500,000 camera under an electrical storm.
Weird things happen in this kind of electrical, highly charged atmospheres. I witnessed that even my watch just stood still. So there's always the fear to lose data.
Or worse. Tim fears that the kahuna may need serious repairs. Completing this assignment is going to take a miracle. Back in Denver, the team surveys the damage caused by last night's storm. And there's more bad news. Some of Karsten's best photos are gone.
Finally, I got shots which would work for the magazine, and somehow the camera froze.
It happened in this beautiful situation, and there was nothing that we could do. We had the engineers on the phone from the camera company, and it just, we lost the data, unfortunately.
Karsten's camera will have to be replaced.
It's horrible.
They've traveled over 3,000 kilometers and across 6 states. They can't stop now. Fortunately, the kahuna's damage is repairable, but it will take days. Time they don't have. Finally, Karsten's replacement camera arrives. The kahuna is back in operation, and the mission can continue.
Okay, good.
The team is on call and ready, day or night.
I've got 10 computers in there, digital high-speed oscilloscopes, electric field meters to tell us if we're in the presence of an electric charge, not only for identification of high E fields, but also for our safety. We're basically driving, $1 million worth of instrumentation under a thunderstorm. So we want to make sure we keep the crew safe as well.
And this front end here is starting to go too.
Yeah.
Tim's radar is picking up a storm in northwest Colorado.
That's about 45 miles away.
It's a pretty late start, but nevertheless, it's worth it. Every occasion. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to roll.
Okay.
In Santa Rosa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you need this kind of truck to drive into the storm, and then you deploy them there.
Well, it's a nice liquid. Depend on very much. This little thingy here consumes a lot. It's our daily or maybe a multiple daily routine.
Another part of the daily routine, changing course. Tim's got his eye on a storm further away. Time to step up the pace.
Where are we now?
So we have to keep on a lot more trials. So we try to get ahead of the storm.
Yeah, it's quite possible the storm could produce a tornado. And there's no way we're going to be able to see this thing. This is a high precipitation cell. That means the tornado's embedded in the rain. And with it being dark, it's just a very bad situation.
Yeah, as usual, we are messed up with rain here. So probably we have to do another core punch.
That means they'll drive or punch through the eye of the storm to get to the other side. But the storm is too fast.
Boy, this storm is catching up. We're only going to be able to stay here for another couple minutes. This thing moving 35 miles an hour to the east.
Tim and Karsten know when they have to bail.
All right, guys, we got to move.
Greg, you might prepare to leave. Yeah, soon. Okay.
We are in the strike area.
Damn, we're going to get nailed. We got to get out of here. Come on, Paul. We got to get out of here.
The electrical field from the storm is so intense, the trailer is building up too much static charge.
Nasty, nasty core coming at us. Oh, man. The trailer's hot, man. We're in a strike zone.
Now the chasers are being chased. They stop a few kilometers away to reevaluate.
There's some good stuff out there, but we'll never catch up to it. With the storm moving at 40 miles an hour, there's nothing to shoot.
Cloud-to-ground strikes appear, but there's no way to get near them.
We're right on the edge of the hail core, and right on the edge of the southernmost part of the storm. There was a TVS, or tornadic vortex signature, showed up with this. So there's some.
It's already some hail rolling. Oh, now we are getting.
We head up 76 and see what we can do to catch it.
And then, hail hits.
Here it comes.
More!
Oh, yeah. And Bob!
Time to find a hotel. And if they're lucky, some decent food.
I'm hungry.
I'm really hungry, but we have midnight.
Think anything's gonna be open?
Huh?
Do you think anything's gonna be open here?
No way.
I'm starving.
It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
No way.
Early morning in Clayton, New Mexico. Karsten and Greg prep for a 350-kilometer round trip through rural New Mexico to Tucumcari. They'll make the drive, pick up a new Phantom V640 camera, and catch up to Tim later.
The dilemma is we have the camera only for 4 days. I want to make best use of it. I really would love to get great shots, but we need great storms for it.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah,
Hey, where are you?
probably about 15, 20 miles southeast of Las Vegas. Watching a thunderstorm over the mountain just to the west.
Boiled in our own shoes right now. We don't have air conditioning. It's pretty hot.
The team reconnects in mid-afternoon.
We are especially under pressure now with our new camera, having only 4 days.
They wait all day, but it's a bust.
I would like to work. It's very frustrating. Countless cities, countless states. You lose track and you end up every night in a different motel and you just do endless miles. It's incredible.
Fortunately, we're in Colby, Kansas.
Tim targets another storm.
I fully expect storms to be very, very intense, even a chance of tornadoes today. The winds are just right for tornadoes. Lightning is going to be pretty frequent. The downside today, storms are going to be moving about 20 knots.
They leave Colby and drive through the rain toward their next target. With the storm targeted and the trailer in place, Karsten is finally able to photograph Tim working in the daylight.
What we need here is a hot, juicy spark to come right out and hit that pole right there.
Tim fires up the kahuna, angling for a good shot.
Triggered on that one.
Maybe I use this camera now.
Give it to me, baby.
They work into the night. The Kahuna can only run for 30 seconds at a time, or it will overheat. With 10 seconds to go, lightning strikes in the field of view.
I got something there. Something went in the field of view. I don't know if the timing is there, but it's there. In fact, you can see the pulses. You see the repetition of the hits. This is the output of the photo detector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 repetitions in a very short period of time.
Tim checks his data.
Yeah, of course.
This kind of shot is extremely difficult to get. Tim keeps trying.
It lost the pre-record. You have to try it again.
Oh, that was kind of interesting.
It's starting to rain pretty quick.
Something catches Tim's eye.
Oh, is that sheet lightning above us?
Yeah.
That's the rain.
That sheet, or intercloud lightning, can throw a deadly strike.
Boy, we gotta hightail it off here.
Even Karsten is feeling jittery now.
Well, the most dangerous part of shooting lightning is being exposed yourself. The ground is wet, it carries the current.
Let's pack it in, guys. It's a very, very bad location to be in the rain. Let's get out of here. This is a hellacious road.
Tim has already found another storm.
We've got another storm, very electrically active. It's southwest of Fort Morgan.
You should set up and shoot out the window as we go because we're within the strike zone here.
This one is hot. It's striking every few seconds. Tim is getting great shots with the Phantom cameras, but the electrical field is interfering with the Kahuna's sensitive instrumentation.
Well, the two Phantom camera's doing great. The Kahuna is not proving up at all.
Tim presses on, while Karsten takes in the show.
Holy cow!
They've driven over 8,000 kilometers, and they're down to the last night of this year's mission. The storm passes. It's been a good shoot. It's the end of their 4th season.
Oh, man.
But they still haven't gotten their perfect shots of lightning.
Can we get the shot? Man, I hope so. I hope so. And if we don't, well, I'm just going to keep trying.
We will be on the road and we will chase against storms. We have to give everything we can to achieve our goal to come back with great footage. And that's what we do.